Hello. Good evening. Welcome to the Plastic Crack Podcast, Season 4, Episode 25, What Makes the Hobby Fun? And before we get started, just want to say thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you very much for joining us on the catch-up. I remembered this week.
Bloody hell, Ken, that's 3... It's 1 minute
You just started and you're already doing it.
Oh, look at me smashing the catch-up in there.
Yeah.
So,
You've forgotten to say we're sponsored by Balls and Swords, though, haven't you?
we are...
Yeah.
You interrupted me. Okay.
You're quick enough.
Yes, as Martin points out, we are sponsored by Boards and Swords of Derby. Please head over to their website to enjoy a fabulous 5% off, courtesy of the code PCP5, on top of their already amazing discounts. So, let's just see who's in the chat this evening. First person in was Hippo's Hobby House. Good Monday, everyone. Hope everyone's had a great week. I'm painting some frames of ACW tonight. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we got Bricker City in the house, Rich is in the house, Paul's Paint Shed, Simon, Mobile and Hostel, String 7, Lazy Pirate Painting, East Norfolk's, Barnes White. I could hear myself then. That was weird.
We all get
Road
that when
Trooper.
it all turns off. We all hear your voice for hours after it.
Friends of General Haig, Storm of Steel, Dan Justin, Greg Bradfield. My eyes went then. Benjamin Christian. Why has it jumped down again? 999 Payden, Ian White, Robin, Steve's here. What Walkabout Games? You all right, buddy? John, Ham and Jam, Alid, you all right? Louis Baby, Alan, John, Philip, Gunny Highway. Hello, Gunny.
Gunny.
Carl's in the house, Double Dip, Jack Todd, Old School FRP.
Double Dip, I love that.
Oh, no, it's great. I love it. White Stag Miniatures is in the house. Good evening. And Neil Oldman and Mark. Oh, yeah, there you are, Miller as well. And Martin and Mel. Hello. Right. So, good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Let's kick this off. Before we start the main hobby, so as always, we're going to go around and see what everyone's been up to this week. You know, any miniature releases or anything like that have been going on. Right. So let's start off with the man himself. Let's start off with Mr. Martin Sevenson. What have you been up to this week, Martin? Done anything important?
Well, I haven't really done. This is the first painting I've done all week, so I have no photos. So unless you want to see a photo of me in the rain going to the post office this morning,
I would love to have seen that picture. Did you get really wet?
No, Haley. I made Haley and the kids give me a lift to work for the primary, so for the sole reason. It's just holidays. For the sole reason is I didn't want any of the parcels to get wet. So I had a big carry-all to all these parcels.
You're that one man that you walked in there and you had all those parcels and the people just go, you.
No, I wasn't, and I thought I was going to be that person, but because I'd already pre-done all the shipping labels, all I had to do was scan them, so I was out in 5 minutes.
Excellent. You weren't that guy.
So there. No, I did have worries about being that guy though. so I tried to. No, obviously, the miniatures went live on Friday night, and by sort of Saturday morning they basically sold out with the exception of one. So at least I now know which is the unpopular one. So,
well, that's even sold out now, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all gone. Oh, yeah, they're all gone. It's quite interesting when you get the when you watch the stats. But yeah, so thank you very much. It is ace. It was always a bit scary pressing the button that's like the go live button, a bit like when you put your first video up, you upload it to YouTube, and you're a bit like. I mean, I still get a bit nervous when I post videos. I'm like, okay. So yeah, it was a bit like that. It's like, there's no going back. And then there's different stages. There's like, I've released it. Are people going to buy it? They bought it. Now I've sent them. It's like, hope they liked them. That's the next. So yeah.
How many are Royal Mail going to actually lose? That's the next question.
Well, I've got some going to New Zealand. So I'm sure they'll get it. So no, it was brilliant. It was it was cool, and yes, and it was sold out. So I'm currently restocking.
Excellent.
I told you.
Thank you. Yes, but you don't ever believe your friends. You think they're just being nice because that's why I'm not very nice to Ken, because I want him to know that I need it. No, it was cool, but yeah, it's ace. So yeah,
Yeah, well. I just want to say, well done, mine. Honestly,
Yeah,
well done.
mate.
Thank you very much.
It's really cool to see you do that, and may many more different miniature ranges come, and obviously free to all members of the PCP.
Well,
apart from me,
apart from you, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's because
Watch
you'll do
out,
something.
Perry's Here Comes Martin. That's all
You'll do something to it, and I don't mean your turnip hit. You'll do something funny. I don't know what you'll do, but it'll end up. I don't know what you'll do. You'll probably paint it up as like Henry VII or something and post it back to me or something like that. I don't know.
Well, I have solemnly vowed that not a tuft nor a piece of mud shall be turniped upon them.
I don't mind. I don't mind. David already threatened to do it today. I'm up for that. I would love to see what you could do with some turnip.
I might have to do it then.
Dom is the one who threatened you.
Don't do it. How can you do
that? Because I can just keep. You can just. I have so many. To be fair, I've got so many ones from when I was initially trying it out that have got like melty faces.
I can send those ones to him. Then
I'll send Steve all the ones that like arms hanging off. Yeah.
Send the gash ones. Yeah.
All is fair in wargaming and turnip when it comes to miniatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Robin's comment that he said it would be a success, but he's an arsehole. Well, we shall see. But no, yes, if you bought them, thank you very much. And if you're waiting, then there will be a restock soon, and I'll pop it on the Facebook page. But I'll stop spamming the plastic crack one. I've set up a separate one, and then I'll just spam the PCP one when other things happen. Anyway, yeah, that's me. I'm actually painting now. I'm painting up the Byzantine Corsairs that I put together last week on the stream. I'm just trying to get another cavalry unit put together for the First Crusade.
Superb. Good to hear. So, moving on to Dom. What have we got going on, Dom?
Well, someone will have to show me because I'm obviously in prison, as Shreen said. And then
Yes,
Miller said, "Am I getting the Travelod's getting ready for CrackCon already?" They're about the same thing, really.
I'll find it.
CrackCon, Travelod's.
They release.
There should be about 5 pictures, I think. There you go. There's one.
Here we go.
I did the temple that I had. So get ready to drink. This was a 3D print.
Excellent.
Aha, I will drink.
That's a rather large glass of wine there, sir. Are you preempting?
I was drinking rather well here tonight. Yes. Yeah, that was a 3D print, which I got from Etsy.
Oh, nice.
For the Boxer Rebellion stuff. I just thought it'd be a nice scenic backdrop. In fact, it's in the latest video I put up the other day just about playing the game, which was fun. So yeah, just did that. But then I got into a bit more serious stuff. So if you wouldn't mind sharing the next one.
Well, yeah.
I like this. I've had an assistant. There you go. So I mentioned these on the last stream. Yeah, you give me Debbie. These are the Warlords, Dutch Belgians in their Warlord resin, which actually I didn't mind. It wasn't as
Is
bad.
it the newer resin or the older resin?
The newer, I think it's the newer one. Yeah. And it cleaned up all right. There was only a couple of bits that were a bit dodgy, but other than that, it came out. They're just a little weedy. That's the only thing. I was going to say,
are they slightly sort of thinner, kind of flatter?
Yes.
Or is that just...
They do seem to be a bit like that. They're definitely a bit thinner, a bit, slighter in the mold. That's for sure.
Not so heroic scale.
I think the size wise is probably comparable, but just they're not as thick bodied. If that's term you're allowed to use these days, I don't know.
They're not chunky monkeys.
They're not chunky monkeys, no, exactly. But they were all right. But then I thought I'd better do some metals. So the next one is a metal unit.
I got the Q. I got that.
Thank you. Bosh. So I've no idea what manufacturer these are, but they were. I bought them on eBay some time ago because I planned to do this Dutch Belgian brigade for black powder, and so that is a large battalion of Dutch.
Nice.
They're all metal, and they were just fun. But you can see they're much sort of chunkier figure than the previous ones, so but not in a bad way. So I don't know. Yeah, that resin is just slightly weird, but I don't know whether it's just the sculpts or whether it's the resin or what it is. But these came out really well. Quite pleased with them. So I now have, it's another view of the same battalion. So quite pleased with that. It's a big battalion, small battalion, and a temple. What more can you do in a weekend?
Yeah, I mean, the fact is that that's like an army in sharp practice.
Yeah,
just fully painted.
It is. Yeah. Okay,
cool.
And I am
Very
in
nice.
Dudlow. That is why I'm on the iPad. I'm not.
How
in
close are you
prison.
to the castle?
Not.
Oh, he was there.
Oh. I'm there.
What happened then?
What happened then? I don't know. Am I still me?
You are.
No, you're not.
I've been thrown into the top right-hand corner. I feel.
That was
think
bizarre.
I feel all
Extremely
wrong.
odd, had a
up here.
funny.
I'm
Extremely
violated.
harder
I don't like being.
there.
I don't like.
I've moved from one side to the other. It's weird. Well,
Who am I? I'm now Dom.
I'm Steve now. That's cool.
Oh no, Ken's me.
Awesome.
Excellent. Right, so no, that's good news then, Dom. You got some painting done. That's lovely. Have you got yourself a nice little painting desk set up there now?
Not quite. We're just getting the place set up. But I'm sitting here on my little workbench, and I'm just putting together some Bavarians because
Are you gonna
do something
get a second lot of paint to leave up there?
I don't know. Elaine said, "Oh, you're gonna take painting up with you," and I said, "No, I won't." And then I thought,
I will.
Because you know what it's like if you've ever done that, and I've done it a few times in the past for holidays and stuff, and you kind of it's a pain in the bum because you invariably forget a paint that you really need, and it stops you finishing, and it's like, and if there's no model shops around here at all, so I couldn't just nip down to a Games Workshop and pick up a replacement, whatever it was I needed, so I'd have to be really certain I had everything with me to do it. But maybe I will. We'll see.
We just buy a whole new set and leave them there all the time.
That's another option.
Then you ain't got to worry.
Another option. Another stash.
Yes, another.
Yeah, but then
oh
the same thing
shit!
will
I've
happen
just
again, won't it?
you got two stashes now.
I'm not doing that.
No.
I am not doing that.
Oh no, the Ludlow stash.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, that's cool then. That's wicked. What about yourself, Steve? What have you been up to?
More weirdness.
Yeah, I've seen you in the group.
Oh,
It looked really cool.
So last week I mentioned that I've made a start on my undead Blood Bowl team. Now, the thing with the plastic Blood Bowl teams from GW is they're all identical. So you get 2 sprues, seven identical figures on each one. So I'll show you the 7 that I've completed. These are the teams so far. Ta-da! I've not based them. I've not based them. I can't really think of a scheme yet. So I'm gonna paint them all, then do a big load of basing. But they were extremely fun to paint.
Nice.
Really enjoyable. So on there we've got 2 zombies, 2 skeleton linemen, a ghoul, a mummy, and a white blitzer. The mummy was a lot of others. It's only uploaded 1 photograph. Here we go. Brilliant. So there's the back of the mummy there anyway.
It's cool.
But again, really nice to paint. There's the ghoul. Now, the reason I've got is when I originally played Blood Bowl back in 1994, my mate Pete had an undead team, and his ghouls were the 2 best players in our entire league. They couldn't be caught. They were just fast and skillful and dodgy. So I always want ghouls on my undead team. And then here we have 2 skeletons and a white blitzer. They were really nice. Dom, see, they're the ones. They've got separate knee pads.
I mean, just why? I give up.
And bits on their boots as well. They're separate. Well, they went together really well. Really nice kits. Dead, really well sculpted. Just really and quick to paint as well, because I've seen some undead Blood Bowl teams and they're too bright. They look too clean. I just wanted mine all battered with evil, like battered armor with a connecting color. So that's why I chose blue. So everyone's got a bit of blue on them, just sort of tie them together.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
you
yeah,
should do them on a sandy base and then put a white line across, like a football line.
I think I've done. I've actually done white lines on my humans. I'm pretty sure I have. But I've got.
You got a guess, Martin.
Yeah, I've just been invaded. We've just been invaded. Hello. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Look, should I say hello?
Hello.
You want to say hello? Look, you
Hello.
gonna wave?
Hello.
Hello, Robin.
Hello, guys.
There you go. You got Steve and Dom and the ginger one.
And the
Hi,
ginger one.
Dom.
And Ken.
Hello, how are you?
You know Ken.
Great.
Is it
You wanted to
bedtime?
own me last
And
time.
here's the other one over there.
That's me. Who's the other one? That's me. Right.
Hello, Daddy.
I'm here. Right, you.
It's bedtime.
Bedtime because your sister's not. What?
Who's that?
That's Ken.
Hi, Ken.
Hello, Robin.
Oh, there we go.
Come on,
That's
you.
my child. There we go.
Yeah, Lionheart says she's doing a better job than Ken already.
Nice.
You say, look.
Bye, night, night.
Bye, night, night.
Bye.
Night, night.
Night.
Bye bye.
Can I have it?
You can have them later.
Night. Can I have it? Good night, guys.
We've been invaded.
Yes, we have.
That's it.
Right, go on. Time for bed.
It's the who's that?
That's Steve.
Steve.
That's
Hi,
Steve.
Steve.
Hello.
Can I have it?
Right, last one, and then we gotta go. Right, go on. Go on. Say something. Say bye.
Say something.
Hi.
Sing
Hello.
us a song.
Hello.
Sing us a song.
Hello.
Do your ABC song.
Mummy, I want to start going. I want to start going.
That's Steve.
I want to stay.
Do you wanna ask
Hello.
Hello. Is he right there?
He is right there.
Yes.
You in here?
Yeah, that's him. He's real.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, it's
Right,
time for
off you
bedtime,
go.
lady.
Right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Night,
night.
night.
Good
Night.
night.
You will wake up every time.
Come on.
Yeah, night.
See, so her sister is staying at my mum and dad's tonight. So so yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there we go. So that's bye.
Bye.
Sorry about that. Dangers of children in the house.
Yes.
Never work with children and Ken. That's the motto of
Yeah,
this.
That's surprising. No, normally she'd come in here and like tell me she hated me or she didn't. I don't love you. So,
That was yeah. That would have been interesting.
yeah.
Where did we get to? Sorry, Steve. Was you with
sorry.
you with-
Yeah.
Oh yes. And after Blood Bowl, I painted a big bird man. There we go.
Oh, is this yes.
Oh, this is
He-
brilliant.
I love him, and he you've seen Family Guy, yeah?
Yeah.
You know the old man.
Yeah.
Do you not think that's him in bird form?
It is. It
Perfect.
absolutely is.
I love it. Brilliant. This is the one that I can't catch, isn't it? Is it
Yes,
like
y-
yeah.
And
And they're also immune to all my soul sucking abilities as well.
I didn't have any kind of nefarious plan when I was choosing my faction. I went through them all and I was like, right, big bird men with weapons. What could possibly go wrong there? So I chose. No, honestly, they're lovely, lovely.
Sounds
miniature
like
things.
Derby again. Big birds with weapons. Just saying that.
Well, yeah, yeah. That's the view of him, not me. But yeah, so I've got one more. I've got the second one to paint, and do what else? Oh, do what else I picked up as well? Some more burrows and badgers.
Oh, good man.
So I'm waiting to clear what I'm painting, so I can sit down and just enjoy the unbridled bliss that is painting these figures, because no words can describe just how good they are. What else have I been up to? Oh yes, so I'm doing a video about this at the moment. It's the new SDKFZ 222 from Warlord Games.
Nice.
So I've done a bit of I've filmed the first part, which is an overview. I've built it, and I'm going to paint it. I don't often do videos like that, but it's a fairly new kit, and it's quite nice. I really enjoy putting it together, apart from the gun. Which was
is that like a hint? Is it?
No, I mean, I can understand why they've done it, because it would be a pain in the arse to get a gun in that turret initially. What you do is you build it, you move it vertical, drop it in, and then drop it down horizontally, and then put the top over it.
Yeah.
It was just me. I think I was just a bit cack-handed while I was doing it. But no, lovely little kit, really detailed, and I'm really looking forward to painting it. But yeah, so that's it for me. Yeah, Blood Bowl and Bushido for me this week.
Oh, very nice.
Excellent. Are you still going to try and sneak in a game with me at CrackCon?
Oh yes, they'll be. In fact, I'm bringing them and Burrows and Badgers with me as well. Just
I think we've got potentially quite a few games, because you'll bring yours. Jim Reaper is going to bring his. He's like collected like a whole little Savage Wave army of little gremlins. Dom's got his shark people pirates to bring. I've got my undead. So and then of course I'm going to be bringing another force as well, just to demo it with. So we should have plenty of time. Oh, that reminds me. Remind me in the news section to. We just got to run something past everybody for CrackCon.
Oh yes.
Remind me to that, because I forgot all about it.
Christ, I've got brush soap everywhere. Right. Okay. So
Ken.
Yes.
Ken.
Yeah.
What's that behind you?
It's a grow
like
tank.
Like a hydroponic system.
No, it's drugs.
It's over the print. It's over the printer, isn't it? So it keeps it at 26 degrees Celsius.
Like if you're growing.
Like if you're growing cannabis.
Yeah. No, it keeps it at 26. It's really good. I've worked out the right amount of layers to get it at 26.5 degrees. So my prints, I haven't had any failed prints since I've been doing that. So I can have the window open and I can have the blinds up as well. So it obviously doesn't set the resin off for curing. So
you're just telling us it's prints, but you know.
Yeah. I was gonna say if someone came in at the wrong moment when you were
I know we have a lot of police officer friends on this thing, so I'm just gonna prove it. I don't fancy getting raided.
I really, really wish you did. That would the number of the views. Although
would be astronomical.
Ken, have you got any Ungrateful Dead in your music collection?
No, it's got 3 hours. 3 hours left on there. 3 hours left on that.
This episode need to bring Robin back for another cameo. No, because she'll just tear the room apart, and it'll just be me crying.
I just had a really good idea. Then I could cut a hole out, so I don't have to lift it up to look at the thing.
But won't that affect its insulation qualities?
Yeah, only a little bit though. If I tape it down, might do. Yeah, we'll work something out.
I think you should cut a hole in it now. I think you should do it now.
Ruin me mid-print. Right, okay. Just do.
What have you been doing?
Yeah, that's it. That's where I was. Yeah. Okay, so this week. Oh, shit! My photos have disappeared. Talk about yourself for a minute.
So.
No, that's not better around there.
It's been a bit rainy. It's a little bit rainy. We're digging up lots of Saxons at the minute. Best kind of Saxons.
Nice.
Yeah. I've got like a whole Saxon village. It's a lot of fun, and then we've got a whole Iron Age thing. And then just to throw everything into the mix today, someone found a massive Bronze Age pot just kicking around. As you do. As you do. How about you? How's the weather in Ludlow?
At the moment, it's a beautiful evening. Beautiful evening.
We had
on.
2 days.
Nice.
We had 2 days of like biblical rain over the weekend. It was horrific.
Oh yeah, it was pretty wet. That's for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
How close are you to the castle, Dom?
Literally about 10-minute walk from the castle. We're at the bottom of the hill, so below the castle.
So you could go and get some nice basing material from Ludlow and like make.
Oh yeah. In fact, last night we wandered up because they were doing. They've been doing a whole series of music concerts in the castle. So last night was Bastille.
Cool.
So we didn't have tickets because we didn't know we were coming because we were trying to get this place sorted out. But so we went out and sat outside, had a beer outside, and loads of people.
Telling me you didn't go up there and just say, "I'm Dom from Boots on the Table," and they did.
Well, I tried that, and then they said, "Oh, no, I'm afraid you know that ginger knob, and you're not allowed in." And that was that, really. And I couldn't argue with it because I do know him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's we're literally at the bottom of the hill. Literally just behind us is the Ludlow Brewery, which is fantastically strategically positioned. Fantastic.
Right.
Very nice. Cool.
Good.
You killed enough, Matt.
Yeah. Thank you for filling. So this week, I started off the week by painting a second regiment of skeletons. So Martin, these are the ones that you were interesting. So you get different types. So I've done some orcs in there as well, just as well as normal skellies. So yeah, this is really easy to paint. They didn't take long to print. They're only about 4 hours to print these.
Yeah.
Painting wise, it's just a case of I went over them with skeleton horde contrast, then I dry brushed them with a shabbity bone, and then just did the shield separately and the weapons. So they only took about I'd say about 5 hours in total to do that whole regiment, which was really good. Yeah, I was well happy with that. And then I did some old GW direwolves. So unit of 10 direwolves. So I painted these up, tried to make them a bit zombified, a bit of gore on them. Just so there's the same sculpts are in there, which is 2 different types, but just trying to make them variety a bit differently. So I did those, and then I decided to paint a black coach in ethereal colours.
That's a new one, isn't it? Of a new one.
No, that is a 3D. That's a 3D print. That's that's from Highland Miniatures. That's from Highland Miniatures. It's got 2 types. So there's the coffin version in the back. You can also get it where it's a coach, an actual stagecoach. So the next one I'm going to print out is going to be the stagecoach body. But I'm not going to paint that in ethereal colours because this has got the ethereal keyword in it.
Hello from New Mexico. Hello.
Oh, hello indeed, John.
Ooh, hello.
We're just talking about how it's raining.
Yes.
It's really hot.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Base even 3D printed. So that was pretty cool. Yeah,
Can I ask you a question? Have you seen the Warhammer Community Development Diary today for the Old World?
No, not today. I haven't seen it.
So, do you remember the at least 2 conversations we've had where we were talking about the frontages and the bases and all this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
So it says on here, and I quote, it just says, and I quote, "The rules are going to encourage units with wide frontages, but the ideal number of models per rank is decided by the player and not enforced by the rules. To do this, we've ensured that as many models as possible can fight in combat, giving even those models that are within the fighting rank but not in base-to-base contact with the enemy opportunity to bring their weapons to bear." So does that mean it's just irrelevant now? But basically, so it doesn't matter what size bases.
You could do 20 mil bases. Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what size bases you had.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No.
So it doesn't matter. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
No, cool. That's right. Yeah, that's cool though because that just saves me a lot of hassle with cavalry. Oh yeah, so that's good. And then I painted some. These are what they called. Oh Christ. They're like barrow white sort of things. The name will come with. Yeah, that's it. There's some sort of race. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So there's a little bit of a mix. So there is some 3D printed on there. The wraiths themselves are 3D printed. But you see, you got Bretonian Archer in there. You got a Skaven Bannerman. He's in there. No, the Bretonian and the Skaven are actual GW. They're GW miniatures.
Okay.
And the race, no, they're not Highlands either. They are, I can't remember, but they are a different manufacturer. I'll try to remember and get them in there. But also got like this flying base one. I thought it'd be quite cool to get like a Doom Diver in there. See if I can get it shown. He's like, you can see him halfway up the stick at the minute. But let's see if I can put a better picture of it. Oh, where is it? No, I've uploaded the wrong one. That's really helpful. But there he is at the top there. So yeah, he's stuck on a metal rod, but a little Doom Diver as well. Because they just fly to their deaths.
I do like the Doom Divers. They are.
Yeah, I just thought I like these Wraith units for the simple fact is, any miniature works with them, because they're just undead. So stuff that I've got lying about, I can just do it. And I know people are going to shoot me, but if we can make my camera a bit bigger. How do I do that? Yeah. Solo layout, innit? Yeah. So I know you're going to shoot me, historical wargamers, but I couldn't find anything to. Let's have a look. For Napoleon in Egypt, so he's now in my undead army.
You're not putting a Lendil in your
I
undead
am.
army.
Yes, I am.
Is that in the metal one?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just using them up. I've also got the Witch King and Tom Bombadil.
Oh, Tom Bombadil's fine. Just set that on fire. That's fine.
Yeah, just Tom Bombadil and the Witch King model there, the metal one. I've also what I managed to get a little while ago. So there's an old Chaos Dwarf in there, which I found quite cool. That's an old GW one.
Because you've now found something to do with all your cast-offs, does that mean that they're not going to be populating the CrackCon goodie bag?
No, they're just going to become wraiths. So yeah, it's quite cool actually. So yeah, that's what I've done. They just decided to become wraiths or zombie. I might even zombify a lot of them, which
Ken,
I'm looking forward to doing.
What would happen if you put a zombie Napoleon in a Napoleonic Facebook group?
Oh fuck yeah, that sounds good. That does sound in. You know what, Steve? Challenge accepted.
Do you know what? They probably won't mind it if it's a ghost, but if he paints a uniform, even with like, and it's grubby and gets the colours.
I'm gonna do it in black and red von Carstein colours. That'd be good. Yes.
Let me know. Let me know. I'll get some popcorn for that. That sounds that sounds like it could be infinitely entertaining for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's some interesting stuff. So I think I got quite a bit painted. The force is coming together now. That's over. I think that's 690 points at the moment. With the ethereal, that's it, ethereals. That I've got on the table. Just takes it over 1,000. I've also got a 3D printed corpse cart I'm doing at the moment as well, which I've kit bashed. Necromancer on top of it. Quite enjoying it, to be fair.
Good. Yeah, Rogue says, as long as your buttons are right, no worries. Do what you like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, precisely. But no, I couldn't think of anything to use that Napoleon for, so I thought bollocks to it. I'll put him in there. Why not? He looks like a merchant, doesn't he? So there you go. Right, cool. So that's what we've been up to then. So tonight's topic, interesting one. It's a bit different. What actually makes doing the hobby fun?
Are you doing this to have fun?
Yeah, you're doing it all wrong, mate.
I'm doing it for some sort of torture, I think. Apparently so. But it's a question that I think to myself sometimes, especially when you're out of Hobby Mojo. Why do we come back to hobby? It's like me at the moment. I seem to be painting like mad at the moment, as you guys would probably agree to what I've been doing over the past year. I've probably painted more.
Yes, you have been very prolific.
I have, yeah, exactly. But what is it that's attracting people to come back into it? What do they enjoy about it? What's the nice things about it? What can we do to keep keep yourself happy while you're doing your hobby, basically? Is there a fine line, a tightrope to walk? Is it all or nothing? So yeah, let's go down that sort of route. So I'll start off with Mr. Cook yourself. What would you say?
I was going to ask who the hell that was for a minute.
So was I, and it's me. Jesus.
Formal tonight. Formal.
Again. Formal wear. Why do I do it? Because I love to crack around the table, as somebody just said in the chat. Actually, John just said, I love the gaming. It's all about the gaming, and I love the Friday nights or the midweek games or whenever they may be. Just having those games. To me, that's the main thing. The history side as well. I love that. And the research I like. But yeah, it's mainly just getting the toys on the table.
So that's what floats it for you then, is it's getting the toys and play. Would you because you do solo games a bit now, Dom. So is it just playing the games or is it actually socializing at the same time? Would you say, or is it a bit of both? Do you like seeing it, or is it?
Hey, that's an interesting point. So I mean, I always thought I was only really in for the social bit of it, but you're right. I've started to do a lot of solo games and really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So it is also an opportunity just to, well, for that I like just the fact I can get the toys out, play something different, just lay the figures out, and I actually just love. I mean, not that I've got a table behind me tonight, but generally, if the table's all laid out and there's loads of figures and terrain set up, it makes me feel, kind of gives me a warm glow.
Does it remind you of when you look back in the old mags when you were, and
those mags?
Not when you were younger. No, when you look
mags,
back
mate.
The old mags. What, the printing presses?
Yeah, no, like it would be a White Dwarf, but you would have done War Games Illustrated and all that back in the day, wouldn't you? And had it seen all the tables set
Miniature
up.
War Games, mate. I'm that old.
Miniature War.
Yeah, it sort of does, and I guess that is part of it. Yeah, it's sort of that's. Yeah, if you've got all the figures and you've got the room and you've got the table space and you can leave things up, then why don't you? That's always been my view with it. So, it's it's just nice to get them out, and also because you generally, I'm lucky than most, but I'll play probably one game at the club a week, whereas if I want, I can play another game during the week as well and have 2 games a week, which is lovely. So
it's cool like that. It like touching on the aesthetics and the looking and stuff is. I know because we've gamed before. I know you really enjoy your actual gameplay, don't you? You like a nice looking table as well, but it's not the end of the world. You just enjoy the actual fun of it, don't you? You enjoy the rolling the dice, the killing the units, and all that sort of jazz. That's how I see you anyway, especially when they're my units.
I love killing your units. Yeah. No, exactly. I think it's it's. I guess although I don't play competitively anymore. I still have a sort of competitive streak in there, and
yes.
So I still like that element of it, but the sort of enjoyment of just having a bit of a laugh doing it has sort of equaled that out to a large degree. Apart from when it's your figures and I want to stab them. That's all.
Yeah. That's why I don't bring them up yours anymore. I use your own.
Yeah, but you're the same. You like beating me with my own figures.
I love it. I love it. I love especially when they're your dice as well. That makes it even better.
The dice I don't mind because we just swap them around. That's fine. Cause, that's what you do.
Yeah, we are. I saw that hair move from here.
Over at the club the other night, I was up there and Jono and I were playing a game as usual, and he said, "Oh, I think I'll do a Martin and swap the dice." Because it's deadly Canadian dice always roll high, and whatever it was, and he needs roll low.
Yeah.
So he said, "I'm gonna have to swap the dice. I have to take a Martin here."
I hate those Canadian dice. They're disgusting. Those Canadian dice. I seriously.
It's that kind of thing that's great fun in a hobby, right? To me,
exactly. Jono's known for his Canadian dice.
And also for any piece of terrain that there is, he'll put a figure at least a battalion or a regiment or whatever he's got.
Or his whole gang. His whole gang.
Yeah. His whole gang. Yeah.
In a shed, basically. If that's the only thing on the board, yeah. Jono's in a treehouse. There's all his guys. Yeah, exactly. That's cool. That's cool. What about you, Steve? When you come to this sort of thing, what makes you have fun, or do you not have fun? Do you feel like it's an addiction? What
No,
do you think?
For me, I just like painting. That's. I mean, I'll game when I can.
Yeah,
But for me, it's all about painting. It's all about creating something. Starting off with a box of grey plastic, and then what have I got at the end of it?
yeah.
I've always said if I've got a day
Debt.
off work, yeah,
Yeah.
probably more likely. One of my favourite days is if I have a day off work, I'll get up quite early, and I can paint sort of between 8 and 6. Just sit there and paint all day. So as long as I've got a steady supply of Vimto and metal, I can paint all day, and I absolutely love it. And it's not happened for a while, but when I lose that painting mojo, it's absolutely bloody awful. Because there's never any rhyme or reason to it, and it's just something that I hate. I mean, luckily I've not had it in a while, and this year I've just been painting what I want to paint, no matter how weird or strange it is. Because what I'm doing is I'm focusing now on games with low figure count. I'm not doing big mass games. Even with bolt action, I'm ending projects at sort of 1,500 points. I'm not going any bigger than that. And so I can take the time to actually, concentrate rather than sitting down and thinking, oh, bloody hell, I've got to paint 30, 40 infantry. I can paint 10 infantry and a couple of tanks. And that suits me fine. And it's just enjoyable. Another aspect is the community, the social. I mean, people know I'm not a very sociable person.
Right.
I don't particularly like being around people. I'd rather just keep myself to myself. But being part of that community, whether it be sort of social media on here, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc., I really, really enjoy that side of it. I love chatting to people. I just love it's just the involvement in what other people are doing, and people are interested in what you're doing as well. I think that, especially for me, again, Tournament 28 is a big one for me. That since finding Tournament 28, it's sort of invigorated the hobby for me. It's just such a unique aesthetic, and seeing other people in the community having a go now, it's absolutely fantastic. It's just so good to see.
Did you see Justin's?
Yeah,
Justin's one. That's the best use of a Highlander I've ever seen. Did you see it, Dom?
I did. I cried. Even a painting great like Justin doing that.
Absolutely awesome.
How the mighty have fallen.
Wholeheartedly approved.
It's just, again, it's just things like that really sort of the unique aspect of it. Someone finds a strange new game or a strange new rule set. But for me, it's always going to boil down to the creative aspect of it. I love painting. I love building things. I love rooting through bits boxes to find, an arm that will work on something, even though I've spent 90 minutes looking for it. Just anything like that, it just intrigues me, and it always will. And like I say, I'm just doing what I want to do now, not what I think other people want to see, or what would make a good video on YouTube. I paint what I want to paint, and I'll game what I want to game. And I think it's the best way to be. But yeah, if I had to sum it up, it would be the painting. I absolutely love it. I haven't really got many hobbies outside. I paint. I play video games. Play guitar. Apart from that, no, it's 95% painting and hobby for me. And it's just something I think I'll always do. I just enjoy it so much. But that's definitely the enjoyment I get from the hobby, is the painting, the building, the modeling. It's just really good. And hanging out with you guys as well, it's always a pleasure.
Look at that. Apart from me, yeah, of course, apart from me. So no, it's interesting you're saying about not having, not doing a lot of other stuff like you. This is like your main mojo.
Yeah,
sure. I know you do like your video games and stuff. But then I always found, Steve, that you like your video games, but there's still some parts of it are hobby related. Like you love that bolt gun, don't you? And that's still based around. That's still based around the hobby side of things.
Steve plays the most bizarre games. What was that one that you got really excited about? Was there a lawnmower game?
No, actually, do you know what I was playing? What game I was playing before I came on tonight? Power Wash Simulator.
What?
What?
Power wash.
Power Wash Sim. I'm cleaning at the moment. I'm cleaning some public toilets.
Oh, for fuck's
See,
sake!
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
people are just taking the piss and making games like that, and
but people like Steve are buying them.
It's therapeutic. If you've had a hard day at work, you just go and spend 20 minutes doing some power washing. It's therapeutic. It's
gonna come power wash my patio for 20 minutes. I don't mind.
No,
you can do mine too. I have to say, I shouldn't be surprised about your predilection towards turniping everything when I hear about your game preferences. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
I think I think turnip is definitely. It's sort of, I know it sounds a bit hyperbolic, but it did change the hobby for me. It was just I was just painting bolt action, and the occasional bit of bolt action.
Well, you were painting bolt action Germans, and that was it, really, wasn't it?
That's pretty much it. And then when I got into turnip, I was like, "This is brilliant! I can just I can just do what I want. They can look however I want them to look, and no one can tell me any different." And the turnip community is brilliant as well. So many people on Twitter and Instagram really into their turnip, and I love it. Really, really love it. It's just a great aesthetic. And my mate dropped me off a full box last week of Napoleonic British line infantry. They'll be getting the treatment very, very soon because he's never going to use them. So his exact words were, "Are you going to be building any turnip soon?" I said, "Possibly." Yep. Next thing up, dropped off outside.
Yeah. Oh, that's good though, Steve. No, I'm glad. It's one of them things. It's really nice when you find something that really makes your enthusiasm spike. You've been in the hobby a long time, and then you found it's not because he's old. He's just been in the hobby a long time. He's in his 60s, but there we go.
I'm not in my 60s. 31 years I've been in the hobby now. 31 years.
Yeah. But it's nice. Wasn't it nice when you found something like, like the first time you watch? Well, you haven't seen the Lord of the Rings, Steve, which is just.
I have. No, I have. I've watched all three.
You just didn't enjoy it, did you?
Bored the shit out of me. They really did.
Fair enough. I think you're wrong, but it's fair enough.
I just don't. I'm not wired that way. I just don't get it.
No, but do you know the first time you find something that you fall in love with? Like for me, it'd be like the first time I ever got to watch Lord of the Rings, or the first time you watch Avatar, or something like that. That first experience of walking in somewhere, you got to rediscover that a little bit. I reckon.
Yeah.
When you discovered turnip, because you don't get it a lot in the hobby, do you? You don't get those firsts, and it's nice to enjoy them when they happen.
To be fair, I've enjoyed a sort of my resurgence and interest in Games Workshop things.
Yep, so have I, which is really annoying.
I never thought I'd see that ever. But no, Blood Bowl. We got the Epic coming out next month, which I'm rather looking forward to. I've been working on a bit of 30k Horus Heresy. And I've sort of dabbled back into GW stuff over the years, but I'm genuinely
so much.
No, I'm genuinely interested in playing Blood Bowl again. I've got a few games set up with my brother and my nephew. So it's again that's a new thing, and that's really enjoyable. Is having that sort of, like I say, resurgence. Yeah, Jason, come on, mate. Steve started 31 years ago with his Red Blood Bowl Orcs.
Oh shit! Yeah, you play. Oh yeah, how many you got left to do? One.
They're done.
Oh, they're done, isn't they?
Yeah, finished them. The entire team's finished. I'm never painting red armor again in my entire life. In fact,
I can guess that Ken didn't watch last week's stream where you showed them off.
No, clearly not.
No.
Did I show them last week? Oh, I did. Yes, yeah. They're finished, mate. They're done. That's why I moved on to the undead. Finally done. It took me 7 years to paint 10. And then I painted 4. No, I'd finished 12 in about 7 years, and then I painted 4. I painted 2 more in a day. I can't do the maths on that. No, I'm not going to be painting Blood Angels. No.
I love Blood Angels. I like red. I love painting red. It's I don't know why you don't like it. It's one of my favourite colours. Yellow's worse.
Oh God, no.
But yeah,
well, I'm going to be painting more bright colours because I'm getting back into Landsknecks as well.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I saw you restarted that.
Yeah, I dug them out again. They were just
Why are you doing that? Why did you suddenly decide you're going to start that off again?
Because I've had a break, and I mean 18 months of not painting landscapes. I just like them. I just enjoy painting them, but I couldn't do them all the time because they're so
drive you insane.
Yeah, essentially they would because they're so colourful and gaudy. But yeah, I'm going to go back into that. Yeah,
go for it. Why not? Whatever makes you happy. And
I agree, Alex. I agree.
There's nothing wrong with Avatar. It's the first film I saw with my wife. It's a memory for me.
I've never seen Avatar.
Well, no, I'd already seen it, but I wanted to watch it again, so I said, "Let's go and watch Avatar." Why not? And then she married me, the idiot. Right, let's have a little look, see what we got going on in the chat anyway.
Yes, Ken says, don't forget 96 figures is the pipe block.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not base my
tanks.
Oh, no, David, you're wrong.
No, you're wrong. Wrong.
Oh, dear.
Right. I'm afraid you're a blasphemer for that one.
Yes. Might even get a yellow card. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. Yeah, that could.
If I could do a yellow card, I would.
I shall do a yellow card for you. Let's find it. There you go. The first one of the night.
If I post any kind of vehicle in the bolt action group, I can guarantee at least one person will say, "It's a nice tank. Shouldn't be based though."
No, not for bolt action. They don't like it for bolt action.
They don't like it now. They just don't like it.
I bet Ken split the tickets too. Well, funny you should say that. I bought the food and she bought the tickets. So there you go. 21st century man here, mate. Gentleman. And again, she still married me. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I know. God bless her. She's downstairs. Still don't know what I've got, but there we go. What was I gonna say? I've gone. No, my head's gone. See, I can never concentrate on more than one thing at once.
I think it was.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you. Just finished. What makes the hobby fun? Honestly, it's it. So, John said, "What makes the hobby fun?" Honestly, it's the what?
The crack.
The crack. Oh yeah, the crack. Yeah. It's a funny one, isn't it? Really, because it's fun for everyone for a different reason. But I gather the majority. What would you say the majority is? Do you reckon it is the social aspect, or are we if we're gonna go down the majority route, or do you reckon it is the painting?
I'm gonna say it's crushing your enemies and hearing the lamentations of their women.
I think I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
It's like Ken's Yorkshire Gamers Venn diagram or whatever it is of your needs in games.
Oh yes.
Some are into the painting, some are into the historical, and it's how much you
value each of it. Do you think there's more of one though? Do you think there is a mainstream? I hate to use the term, but do you reckon there is like a mainstream? Or do you reckon it depends on your subject matter? For example, Games Workshop people.
I used to think that before I started doing all this malarkey, I used to think that the majority of people just gamed. That's what they did. And then, I knew lots of people like painting and modeling and what have you as well, but I thought the gaming things. But since we've been doing this stream thing, I've been struck by how many more people that just either do just purely the modeling, never ever game at all, just like collecting. So I don't know. I wouldn't like to say put a proportion on it.
Yeah.
think it's probably fairly even either way.
Yeah, I'd agree with you in regards to, especially with the gaming side. I thought people painted the game. I didn't realise people just painted for the hell of painting.
Yeah.
But I thought I just like the look of shiny things. I guess that's the nicest way. My ultimate goal is to make them look nicer than the box art, or look like the box art. That's what I like to do. Just be a good painter, I guess, and not well, do the stuff that I couldn't do as a child, basically. Have all the fun that I couldn't do as a kid because I couldn't afford it all. But just relive that youth side of things and for me, it's the old White Dwarfs, looking in the White Dwarf magazines and seeing those battles set up with the really good painted regiments and they're fighting each other and that sort of thing for me. Definitely what gets me going in it. And it's interesting how it's developed, how it's changed from my hobby journey. So at the start, it was predominantly to game. So I was just getting the figures. I used to play with plastic, grey plastic, but painting was second. So playing was more important than painting. And then as I've gone further on, I think I enjoy the painting more than the actual gaming sometimes, because I don't get a lot of games in. But then when I do get a good game in, like we had the other week, Dom, it makes me rekindle gaming and think, oh, wish I could play every week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess it's what floats your boat at that specific point in life, what you actually need to take out of the hobby at that point. So in my stressful time, painting was a real help because it was a real nice release. It wasn't, I didn't need so much game, but painting was a happy place I could go to, and just have a nice time. But then in other times, having a game with you lot, like playing Napoleonics with Martin, Hell Caesar with you, Dom, that's just, it's a really nice social aspect as well, because we get together. Well, we normally get together when it's to do with gaming anyway, or it's to do with the hobby, because we all live so far apart. I occasionally pop up and see Martin.
Not for a while.
No, I need to come up next month. But there we go. Just invite myself up.
Oh, right,
Robin's
okay.
just said in the chat, I'd paint if I couldn't game, but I'd never game if I couldn't paint stuff.
That's
I don't know.
interesting.
See, if I didn't game, I wouldn't paint. There's
No.
point. No, I wouldn't. I'd stop. That'd be it.
Yeah, that's
don't know.
really interesting. That do you just see him really as playing pieces then? Is that your ultimate thing for him?
I do.
Just nice playing pieces.
I enjoyed. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of it I do quite enjoy painting. But no, if for whatever reason gaming was stopped, I couldn't see the point really. Just keeping. I've got more figures I'm ever going to need anyway. So why would I need to anymore? But I wouldn't. Yeah, that would be it. I would stop.
That's interesting. That is really interesting. See, I like looking at all my miniatures. I like turning around. It's like I haven't used my Napoleonics for ages, but I like looking around and just having a look at them and just think of all the time I've spent on them. A little bit of the care that I've put attention into them, and the fun I had while doing it. Jesus, I say fun. All those Napoleonic figures.
There's no fun in painting Napoleonics. Let's dabble with the truth now.
There's loads of it.
Yeah, it's like the Irish. I still think they're one of my favourite units, just because they're a little bit different, and they're green and they're little green bastards, but they're not those little green bastards. And it sounds weird, Mike, because I remember because you have you done any Irish, or were you going to do them? Can't remember.
No, I haven't done any. No, I thought about it. I did think about it for a while, but then
because you got me on.
I got to that point where I was like, I don't really need any more, and I wanted to get on with the Wars of the Roses, and I didn't really see the point. So and then you did them. So
then I did them. Yeah. Yeah, I did it. So you got me into doing the Italians because I was just getting bored of painting blue. Not gonna lie.
It also helps that I built you into a massive command base for your Italians.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I'm looking at it right now. Actually, it's right there. Very nice. Very nice. Defending that flag. Oh, enjoying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Well deserved. It's like it's been a long day.
It has been a long day. Very long day.
Just have a quick look in the comments. See what are people's thoughts? What's your main aspect for enjoying the hobby? What makes it fun for you individually? Have you got a favorite game that you like to play? Have you got a favorite person you like to meet up with and have a game? Is it the only time you can actually game? So what do you think? Carl's asking, Dom, did you make Airfix models as a kid?
Yeah, just to reply to him actually. We used to make planes and then put lighter fluid on them, set fire to them, and chuck them off the buildings. and same with boats. We'd make boats and then take them down to the pond and just throw stones at them to sink them. Yeah, that's what we used to do. So I guess it was a gaming piece even then, right?
Game then, yeah, exactly, yeah. I think
I did have a couple that was sort of on strings hanging from the roof. That was in the bedroom. That was kind of. I think it's traditional as a kid, wasn't it, to do that?
Yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, Dan said he can't do either at the moment because of an injury, which is a real pain in the ass. Yeah, that sucks, Dan. Hope get well soon.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, especially when you can't do something you really love, which is really frustrating. You could always do. I don't know. You could do some law research, couldn't you? That'd be my advice. Look into.
I was going to say
planning projects, maybe.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Years ago when I broke my arms. When I broke my arms, I couldn't paint for 7 weeks. Literally, I couldn't do anything for 7 weeks. Never mind paint. And when I had the cast off, the first thing I did, I went to the Games Workshop and bought a new dreadnought. I always remember that was the first thing I painted. After getting my mobility back, was to paint a new dreadnought. So it's horrible not being able to do something like that. It really is.
Yeah, it's not great, is it, at all? So yeah, get well soon, Dan. I hope you can get back to painting soon. Painting is a good mind clearer. Getting it, yeah, it is. I think it is. I really do, and I think it's an advocate for mental health. Honest to God, for me, well, it was for me anyway. I found it a nice break and a relaxed and an escapism. Is you have to concentrate just enough, but not too much, if that makes sense. That sounds really weird and cliche, but you do have to concentrate, but you don't have to overly concentrate, do you?
No, it's funny, isn't it? You can
kind of zone out, can't you? You can zone out and go into your own little space, your own little world.
That's what I've said. I mean, some days I've had like a day off, and I've lost the entire day. I've just spent the entire day painting. And my girlfriend said, "What do you do on your day off?" I'd be like, "Painted all day, literally all day. I painted all day." And it's like what John said. It's a mind clear. It's a good headspace.
Yeah, 100%.
It's been you've had a day at work. You want to relax, unwind, whatever. I found painting just sitting down and just getting lost in it. Just put some music on or just something to listen to, and just really engaging with what you find enjoyable. Which is what. It's why I love it. It's why I absolutely love it. And it's why I paint so often and so long. But I just love doing it.
No, David, you're right, Steve. It's for the individual basis at that time, isn't it? So David's he seems to like researching and planning projects. He's looking at the War of Spanish Succession at the moment. He's been looking at the last couple of weeks, reading historical articles, looking at figures, planning the figures that he's going to need and what he's going to do with it. So the actual planning side of things for people as well, that's quite a big part. I would say I plan as I go. I make it up as I go along. I don't know about yourself. What about you, Martin? Do you like to plan a project out completely or majority before you actually do it? What you want to achieve at the end?
I don't really set out to think that, this is what's going to be in my army, apart from maybe a few core things where I'm like, yes, I want to bombard or I want a trebuchet. I kind of just go, maybe I know what the next couple of units will be, and then I just like building up like a broad section, because to me, my project is more about the campaign or the era that I'm trying to depict, and I'd rather have a wide variety of troops, because I don't really use points, so I'm not ever trying to build. I'd rather just have a wide variety of stuff. So it's not really, it doesn't really come down to, I never sit there and sort of think, I guess actually, I guess occasionally I'll be like, oh no, I need another common, basic unit. But I'll look at other ways that I can do it. So, I won't necessarily go and pick up, for example, the Crusades, I won't just go and pick up, more classic Arab spearmen. I'll see, what's available. And if I can create an interesting looking unit that I can just use as standard stuff, because I like doing that. I like the education and the planning. I like introducing, my main thing is I like introducing other people to games. That's my thing. I really like getting people into gaming, into new periods. I really like when you introduce someone to a game that they haven't played before, whether they've never played historicals before or they've never just played a game that you love, and then they like it and then they go and buy it, and you think, yes, I've got another one. That's something that's what I enjoy. I really, really enjoyed that. And that's, that was part of the drive of the channel to start with, was just to show people that it didn't have to be this big, scary thing that you need a massive amount of space for.
No.
So yeah, it's just, I think it's just, I think sometimes people can get a bit too lost in the planning of things. Just get on and go and buy something and paint it.
Yeah, do what Ken says. Ken always says, shut up and pick the paintbrush up and get painting. Yeah, because it's not going to paint itself, is it? Unless you get a commission painted. There's always that option, isn't there? But for me, it's like sometimes when I remember when we first started out, playing games was like the be all and end all. Is every week I needed to play a game. I had to play a game. We were playing games every week, weren't we, Dom? We were doing something every week. During because I think lockdown didn't help, did it? Because we just come out of lockdown, and it was like you could socialise.
It was nice to get out and do something, wasn't it? And so we just play outdoors most of the time.
Yeah, it was just it was nice, and like you said back then, it was like I was painting stuff to play with, and it's like I remember I painted those 2 epic armies. I've had a couple of games with them, but I think back to myself, why did I paint them? Why did I do it? And I was really, really passionate about it. But again, it always seemed, for me, it always seems to link back to nostalgia and that what I missed out on when I was younger, and I never got to paint it, or I never got to play those games or do that thing, because I was just out of the age range and bracket for all this stuff. About 5 years, I would say.
I know we sort of take the mickey out of you the way you jump around between periods and what have you, but I think that's part of that, is that itch that you're trying to constantly get. Of something that you didn't do, because you do jump around a lot, don't you? And you're all in on something, and then
I'm going to say
what happened to that? Oh, I sold them, or I've given them away. No, never given them away. Sold them.
Give them away, sir. You're
sorry, I
talking
forgot
to the wheelers here. But yeah, no, I know what you're saying. 1 minute it could be like now it's vampires and bloody skeletons. The next minute it could be Vietnam. So that keeps creeping in the back of my head. I
know one thing I have to do is I do have to stop myself from starting something new. Like at the moment, I've got a lot of stuff on my desk. I've got Bolt Action, Blood Bowl, other stuff, Lansknet, Bushido, and a bit of Turnip. And I was actually looking at some Perrys this morning.
Okay, what's that?
Oh, what are you going to do to them this time?
No, I'm not going. I was looking at the
that mercenary set, was it?
No, the British in Sudan and Afghanistan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Different.
I just saw them, and I thought I've never painted anything like that, and I was like, just stop! What are you doing? All you're doing is, I mean, I can barely move my legs at the moment because I've got so many boxes and stuff in my stash at the moment of stuff that I've either started and put away or not started yet. And sometimes I think it's the enthusiasm sometimes to paint something new.
Yeah,
I've never painted. I mean, I don't know why. I looked at them. I thought, oh, quite nice. I wonder what I could do. And I was like, what are you doing? All you'll do is you'll paint a couple of them, and you get bored. I'll put them away. So don't do it.
No,
so
you end up with a stash of shame like Dom.
I know. That way clearly lies madness. I just don't want to. I like to have a few different things on the go at the same time. I think that for me is another enjoyment. Is having 4, 5, 6 different things. If someone said like you got to sit down and you've got to paint this bolt action starter box from start to finish, just that, I'd be like, no, it's no enjoyment. I mean, it looks as much as I love painting bolt action, I need to jump around. I need to sort of butterfly my way around things. Just to keep a bit of variety. I think that's what I think for me, the hobby. I guess the variety in the hobby that I get enjoyment from as well is that I could be looking at 28 bits and pieces on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. I'm like, ooh, I've just seen a game like that. Another glorious day in the core. I came that close to buying that. I really did. It's just Marvel Crisis Protocol. How many times has that been in my Amazon basket? About 10. 10 times, and I always remove it because I just think no, because one, it'll just take up my time, and two, I don't think I could do those figures justice, so I just don't think I'd ever really buy them. As much as it looks really fun to play, you've got to keep your I've got to constantly keep reining myself in, and that's the problem.
Yeah. You're right, Steve. It is one of them, isn't it? You could constantly just keep going between periods, and you could end up with just overwhelming yourself completely. It's like now I could definitely 100% get a box of those Vietnam US Marines, sorry, Army. I could get a box of them easy. It's just I think for me, I think the printing side of things has helped. Talking about 3D printing again, it's enabled me to control what I'm doing a little bit more because it takes time to print, and I don't like leaving it overnight on because it's unattended and all that sort of stuff. So it kind of limits what I print and what the amount I print, and I like to just have now I've got one thing ready to base now, one thing that I've started painting, and then I've got one thing in the printer, and I seem to just cycle through that way. So I haven't got a backlog, which is really weird thinking about it. Normally I'd have a massive backlog, but I don't. So so Vietnam, a real temptation at the moment. Yeah, it is. It's especially when you like Apocalypse Now keeps popping up on your Facebook. Fortunate Son keeps coming on all the time. It's really annoying. It's been good little talk. Should we do some news, gentlemen? It's getting quite late. I didn't see the time. We go through the news. Let's have a little look. Let's play the intro. There we go. News then.
Mate, that be, or do not hear any music at all?
No, there was music. There was definitely music.
There was definitely music.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I found the solution. Listen on an iPad. You don't hear the music. Fantastic.
You don't get that. Do you want me to throw your ones up on the screen? Well, Dom can't.
Dom can't do
it.
So you saw. We saw.
I think you saw everything I saw, but then I did see a couple more.
So yeah, you got some. So Medbury are going to be doing their Tales.
Oh yeah, Medbury.
So
it's a new Kickstarter that they're launching. I think beginning of next month. I think they said they're doing them. So these are around the Beowulf poem.
Yeah,
They said
they-
there's going to be 70 figures, 70 sculpts. So
They-
the reason why
they-
I'm excited
they
is
look
because up
Definitely
till
not the Riders of
Rohan.
Rohan.
No,
now,
I'm
no,
thinking of that.
Not at all. Not at
No,
all.
not
The
in
reason why I'm
slightest.
excited about it is that up till now they've always done sort of STLs, but these
Yes.
are going to be metals.
Oh, they're actually metals. I was going to ask that.
They're actually
Yeah.
metal figures.
Yeah, they've branched out and done a couple. I saw a couple of comments. I wish the picture was a bit brighter.
Yeah, I do. Too.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that.
They said that
Get
they're
it,
going to
it's
be
playable, it's
posting
gonna
up
be at
a
night.
succession of other pictures in the coming days and weeks.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
hopefully they'll be a bit clearer. But I think some of these we've already seen. I think they've shown off a couple of these as their sort of Viking-esque figures that they've been producing. But
Yeah.
anyway, they'll be beautiful because the Medbury stuff is fantastic.
Medbury are very, very cool. The other thing we saw, I think we might actually have a range of photos. Empress have got some new World War One 28mm loveliness.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So this is their command,
Ooh.
cavalry
Very
command.
nice.
Really, really like. I really like the guy with. Has he got a bugle? I can't actually tell. Has he got a bugle? The guy on
Looks like
the left.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he has. Yeah.
does
Yeah.
look like it. Yeah.
But I like the horse position. That. Then there's the Krupp field gun crew.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Oh,
Very
that's nice.
cool.
That's amazing.
And then I think that was the same one. Yeah. And then there is the Limber.
Oh, very nice. That's very.
Every time I see what the Empress has got around their later colonial war stuff and their First World War stuff, it's so tempting. It's just like
It is. They are really, really nice models. Apart from that
So
rocket
nice.
that I stuck together, which
Yeah,
is probably one of the worst things I've ever had to do. So is that? I think that's what you.
I think that was everything I had.
Let me just go through. Yep, right. So I saw.
Alex, can we
Dungeons-
give Alex a yellow card for that joke?
What's he doing?
He's saying about why it was so dark. It was the Dark Ages. I think that deserves a yellow card. That one.
Might even be a red.
I'm not allowed.
I've gone full
Not
red.
allowed
Have you?
that,
I wouldn't go that far.
I had an argument with a couple of years ago with a more junior member of staff before, and I was talking to the public, and I used the term Dark Ages just to try and explain the period we were dealing with, and this little git sort of, yeah, we're not allowed to call it that anymore, and it's like, just go away, go away.
You should have gone. You do realise I'm your boss, don't you?
I wasn't his boss. I was his manager. I just passed him on to somebody else.
So we're not allowed to slap minions.
No, that was when I
can't
just removed him from my site and got him sent to a different site, and he kind of ended up doing a rotation because everyone just kept on passing him on. So Dungeons and Lasers. Now we've seen quite a lot of their stuff come up, but they have had a big week of releases, starting with the Scales Ales Tavern. How's that? It's 328 pieces, but I think it's plastic, so which is cool.
Hang on, how many pieces?
328.
28.
Oh,
But that's because Dom, essentially, look at it.
Okay.
Oh wow.
But even
What's
so, that's-
what's SE
Maybe three.
compatible? What's that?
What?
So
5e. 5e
Oh,
compatible.
5e compatible.
5e
okay.
compatible.
Oh, 5e.
5e.
Again, no, don't know what that is, mate.
5th edition Dragons.
Oh, okay. 5th edition. Thank you very much.
You weren't around for the horrors of 4th edition, I take it, Ken, or what happened with the schism of 3.5 became Pathfinder and 4th edition was made by Wizards of the Coast and Pathfinder. Anyway, I'll shut up. Anyway, the next thing they've released, which I quite like, you saw these. Look, some trees, various trees.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
that was quite cool.
see that blue one in the middle? That's what Ken's growing behind that foil.
But that'd be quite good for burrows and badgers, wouldn't it? The badgers are defending their holy tree.
Oh yeah, I like that.
you know, I thought that was quite good. So you get 10 of them in there. It reminded me of the old GW ones that were never in stock. Because they always sold out. But they do make. We have seen some people paint this up. Sorry, I just got a what? Oh, sorry, I was getting confused in the comments somehow. Then look at this one. Look at that. The stage.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
That's kind of.
I thought that was very, very cool.
Yeah,
Very,
it's
very
cool.
nice. And then I'm going to assume that only Steve is going to know what this is. So, Steve, do you remember the Tarasque from Dungeons and Dragons? The biggest bad, basically the monster that there was no reason for it to exist because you can never beat it because it basically eats town. It could eat a city.
Been so long since I played Dungeons and
Well,
Dragons.
they decided to make it. Now, you might. Now, this one is a little bit of a scaled down version, but when I say scaled down, that's still a 28 mil.
Jeez.
Oh, blimey. That's pretty big.
Model next to it. But I remember in the monster manual, it could eat a city. It's just like, what's the point in having this monster? But I quite like that. I could see that being used. You know, if you were playing Warlords of Erewhon or or Oathmark centerpiece kind of thing. Very, very cool. So Dungeons and Lasers there on a quite.
How many parts has that got? If that other one was,
it has. Let's have a look. It doesn't say. It just says fear the claws. Yeah. Too many. Next up, we have now this is Coruscant Minis. They've got some new 15mm late 14th century, early 15th century stuff. So nice 15mm metals. Look at them. I really like them.
Nice.
They're 50.
Really good.
Yeah, I like the guy. I like the guy in the middle at the back who's got the visor up. Never a wise decision.
That's Percy's.
That never goes wrong.
That's Percy's thingy on the right, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll be one of the Percys. Yeah, and then that's
Douglas,
one of them.
Yeah.
And then I don't know the other one. And then look, there's some foot ones there as well. Check out those helmets. Be really good if you wanted to use them as Bretonians.
Yeah.
But,
15 mil. They're really good.
They're lovely, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then GW have released their latest Warcry warband, and I really like it. And I can't remember what they're called now.
It's the one with the dogs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were really cool. I really liked them. I thought they were just. I kind of like the guy at the top who's got like some kind of portable ballista, which looks quite. So I mean, these are all part. I mean, I imagine these fit into the Cities of Sigmar army. So yeah, you know, that's very cool. So, and Warcry is a game that I am interested in playing, and I've resisted it so far, but mainly because I've had so many other things to do. But yeah, that's it. Unless anybody else has any other news,
I've got one piece. Where is it? Actually, two. If anyone is in the Rubicon community group, you will have seen that I won a Rubicon kit at the weekend, and I'm so pleased. With it.
You're gonna send it to Dom?
No, it's just such a bizarre looking kit. That's why I wanted it. And it's a little zoomy utility carrying small thing that just looks so fun. So I'm looking forward to working on it. No, I saw this on Friday.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Plastic Alpini from Italian troops.
I didn't see that either. That was a bit on the old quiet side.
I think they're currently available for pre-order at the moment. Got to admit, the Warlord plastic Italians look very nice. They really, really look very nice.
I was waiting for a cut then.
No. But I'd have to tackle that Semivente thing again.
Oh God!
Right,
don't do it, Steve. Life's too short.
I think we all know what happened to my last one. I just turned it into that instead. No, maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just user error. But no, I'm very, very, very interested in those Italians. I keep looking at them and thinking. The only problem is, again, the same issue I have is the support options are all going to be resin.
Right. Okay.
So I think I'd end up buying an extra box just to kit bash
Plastics.
plastic for the weapons teams, which I don't mind doing. I love doing that, but it still puts you off. But I'm very, very interested. That's a full range of Italians they've got. They'll have out. They'll have the black shirts, the Alpini, the Bersaglieri. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice plastic range. All we need now is fins or BEF, and I'll be a happy chap.
Yeah.
Cheers, Joseph. Yeah, I've just so CrackCon. People are going to CrackCon now. Ken won't know about this because he couldn't be bothered to turn up last week. You were plastering, weren't you?
He was getting plastered, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was a bit of both. Yeah, I was plastering. Yeah, it's still not dry. The bloody thing.
What did you use on it? Jesus,
oh no, I had to do a load of muck, which was about that deep. So yeah, don't even start.
So those of you coming to CrackCon, now as you'll know, obviously it's normally it's Saturday, the actual event, and then afterwards I think everyone's interested in a curry again, and I believe Haley's going to be putting up a post in the Facebook group about that. We've got an opportunity on the Friday night. Now normally what we do, I say it's great because we've done it 3 times. So like normally what we do is we just find a bar and tend to get levered in the bar and then set up all the games feeling a bit rough in the morning. Last time we went to Weatherspoons, so obviously it was heaving. And then before that, we've gone to a travel lodge, but we quickly overwhelm them and they get confused and put cheese on vegan burgers and upset people. And then Ken eats someone else's food. In fact, both of our mishaps have involved Miller. I've just realised. Both.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Hey, they gave me a plate of free gherkins. It was brilliant.
Do you want to get Haley a plate of tomatoes because it was meant to come with a salad and they didn't give her any, so they just bought out a plate of tomatoes with dressing on them.
I'll never forget the cheeses.
But anyway, we've got the opportunity. One of the community, one of the chaps who's coming, his relative, I think it's his brother-in-law, runs a pub in Derby. It's only 15 minutes from the travel lodge, and basically they said to us, would we like to go along there and have one of their rooms, one of their bars called the Tudor room or the Tudor bar. So I'm gonna have to suck that up. But it's all right. It's all right. I'll just bring Richard III with me and just leave him on the bar. But basically, would people be interested in that? Now there are food options, but I didn't know if people would rather just grab something to eat and everyone just head there, just sort yourselves out some food and then just head there. But I just needed to get an idea of interest, and then we could book it. I believed we could take things like board games because we would have this room to ourselves. So you might be able to bring card games and board games or whatever, or just have some friendly drinks. Or some badges, yeah. So let me know what you think. I can already see in here. Good plan. They can just sign me up. Do they sell Guinness? I imagine they do.
What's the name of the pub? What's the name of the pub?
It is called.
So people can look up the menu.
It is called the Old Bell Hotel in Derby. It's one of the oldest pubs in the area, so it looks lovely. I'll put a post up, but if people are up for it, then do we want to do it with food or without? This is kind of a outside of CrackCon kind of thing. So I'm up for going to the pub and probably stuffing my face beforehand, and then just drinking, really, because obviously if you have food there, less time for getting a board game out because you've got to clear the table. But anyway, let me know. And then obviously, Haley said that she'll put up the post for the curry. So we can go there and mix our curries and then mix our drinks, which is always a great plan. So yeah. But let me know what you guys think. Yes, pub. Okay. Yeah. All right.
To be fair, don't mind. The food looks good.
The food does look good, but we'll have to guarantee everybody and pay a price per person. So that's the thing. So I'd have to get numbers in. Whereas if we go, if we're just going there and we essentially just go in there to drink, then we haven't got to do that, and then you might just be able to order something yourself. Okay.
Yes.
So yes, brilliant. When do we start Friday? As soon as we get there. When I got there last time, Paul was already sitting in the bar with a bottle of Tiger.
It's like 4 o'clock.
Hopefully going to be there a bit. It's next door to something called Wasted Youth. Is that not a
God.
song by?
Oh,
That sounds like
That's
most
the song,
of us.
isn't
I
it?
think.
that sounds like my stag do reoccurring.
Sounds like
What, there was no youth on your stag do. There was no youth on your stag do.
Well, we ended it bloody. That's full of youths at bloody Rock Bar.
it sounds like a Smiths compilation. Wasted Youth. Should listen to some decent music.
That sounds so bad, Ken, and incriminating.
Oh dear, no, that sounds really cool, man.
Cool. All right,
that's
so
a good
cool.
idea.
I'll gauge it. So the interest in here seems good. I'll pop a post up, and it's Skid Row, but it's Youth Gone Wild, isn't it?
Oh God, it's a terrible song. Terrible.
We are the youth.
Oh no.
Are you not a Sebastian Bach fan?
I remember hearing that song on the mid-90s Kerrang album, and the first time I heard it was like, yeah, it's never been played again. And then I used to hear it in various rock clubs that I used to go to, and I used to want to stick knitting needles in my ears to erase the sound of his.
It's not great. I've seen him live, and the experience was not fun.
It's like when I saw Motley Crue, that was bloody terrible.
I've never seen Motley Crue. I went and watched Emperor instead, because they were playing at the same time in a different tent.
I'd rather have played with a landmine.
Well, there you go. Steve would rather play with a landmine.
There's a review and a half.
Yeah, fucking hell. I'd rather play with a landmine. Jesus Christ. Okay. So that's all the news. And obviously, check out Martin's figure range. Someone made
We've got figure range yet.
If you go on there at the moment, there's not much on there because it just says out of stock.
Out of stock,
so,
yeah.
Yes.
He made it onto Beasts of War, so that was always good. Wouldn't mind.
I did. That was very nice. That was a nice little surprise
bonus, wasn't
to do. Yeah, it was very nice. It's very nice. What I liked about it is that they went into loads of detail about what they were wearing beyond what I'd actually written on the thing.
Just copy and paste that now into your text.
Yeah, I should do. Yeah, there's sounded better. There's sound better.
Oh dear, oh dear. So yeah, no, that's all the news. What time we got? We got 25 to 9. So we got time for a little bit more chatting, and then yes, I remembered the photos.
Hey!
So fuck you, Tim. Fuck you.
So remember to hit the like and subscribe and all that fun, everybody.
Yeah.
Please. Although
Yes,
after
please.
he's just told you all to F off, I don't think you should do his job.
No, brilliant.
Oh dear, the Plastic Crap Podcast, everyone. So yeah, but let's just carry on a little bit of what we were talking about pre-news. So if you were to sum up your one thing that's kept you coming back to the hobby every time, that keeps you involved with it, if you've had a break, what is that? What's hooked you back into it? So yourself, Dom, what about for you? What's kept you going? Is it, if you had to name one thing, and it's only going to be one thing, because it can't be two. So what would you say is the main?
Avoiding the wife. I shouldn't say it too loudly. She's only
Jenny through there, yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't know. It is just the fun of the game, camaraderie. The laugh we have around the table, or just going out to a convention, or whatever it is, but just that general camaraderie. That's what keeps me doing it.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man.
There's nothing like the feeling of shared interest with another load of nerds and ne'er-do-wells.
Because you get to be nerds together and not feel like a nerd.
Exactly. Don't feel you're out of place. You don't feel...
You feel accepted. Feel like you've come home. What about you, Steve? What's your one thing that's kept you coming back to the hobby every time, that's not made you put the brush down or made you pick it up again?
Couscous.
Mate, I had some banging couscous the other week. Mexican. Oh, it's absolutely sublime. Sorry, Steve. Go on, carry on.
Excuse, sorry about that. I got caught mid-drink. Painting.
Yeah.
We've lost Dom.
His wife's found out what he just said.
Yeah.
And
Dom's in trouble.
That's how he died.
No, I would definitely say for me it's painting. Always back.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, do you know what?
We don't know. We thought your wife had turned the internet off.
Yeah, I think it was me saying something to Elaine about Elaine, wasn't it?
Dom, do you realise that you're one letter away from being Doc Holliday?
Well, yeah, I thought that was actually supposed to be a bit of a joke, but nobody noticed it until now, so that's fine. That was Ken going on about how I was always on holiday.
Yes.
All right. I just thought it was a nice Western reference. No, again, just for me, painting. I don't know. It's just something that's such a big part of my life. And I'd say over the past sort of 2.5, 3 years, it's been my most prolific in many years. And I think I'm painting at the moment. I think I'm painting the best stuff I think I've painted in a long time.
That's good. That's really cool.
And I think it's painting more, but painting less, if that makes sense. So I'm painting more often, but I'm painting less figures. I'm spending a lot more time on them.
Yeah,
and it's really good. The danger of that is I looked at my bolt action Marines the other week, and I want to repaint them all.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm not doing that. I'm really not doing that. That'd just be too much. That'd be a step too far. But no, for me, yeah, definitely painting. Just love it. I love painting. I love talking about painting. I love when I'm on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, just talking to people about painting techniques. How have you done that? What have you used for that? Yeah, really, really good. Just a great time. And again, the fact that I'm no longer sort of not scared or afraid, but I don't feel like I've got to keep it a secret.
Okay, yeah.
I can talk to people about what my hobby is, and it's just a hobby. It's just something that I enjoy doing. I like the results. You mock my hobby. You probably watch Friends, so don't come.
My wife does. You could be one of her. Yeah.
Don't come to me and naysay my painting of nerdy stuff because I'm a lot better than you. No, it is again. It's just an aspect. I mean, I would like to game more than I actually do. I've got plans in place for a few more games of stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's painting, and it's just the best thing in the world, apart from Vimto.
I might agree with you on that one, Steve. You got me drinking Vimto again, and I do really enjoy Vimto. It's got that
Vimto's bloody brilliant.
It's got that seriously mixed up fruit in it. Oh, right, Martin, come on. What's the thing that keeps you going or gets you into it?
Honestly, just sharing. I guess like stuff that I'm passionate about, really, with other people. I like doing that. I like chatting with the community when people have got questions. I like sharing games and answering questions and or asking other people things about how they did stuff. I just like that. I'm just passionate about history and gaming, and I like it. That's why I do it. That's why I keep on. Why I do the channel. Why I still play it. I just like having those games. I just really enjoy it. I don't know. So I wouldn't. I'm very. You know me. If I don't want to do it, if I don't want to enjoy it, I just won't do it. Sometimes I
unless you want to annoy me, that'd be about the only time you do things because etc. 6mm Samurai. That's the only time you would.
Oh yeah, I'd go out of my way if it means annoying you. I'll go well out of my way. But no, I just passionate about history and gaming, and I just like sharing that with people. And I guess I'm driven by because I want people to be as passionate about it as I am, and then I don't quite probably get it when they're not.
especially when I'm talking to my wife about the finer points of late 15th century armor and why the fluting is a certain way on a bassinet.
That poor woman's got so much patience with you, mate. She's got so much patience. Lord, she don't just say the F off, does she?
I'm not in here. I'm locked in here. That's that's what I've got.
That was your one time you're allowed to see Robin that week.
Yeah, I haven't seen her since she was 18 months. Yeah, that was it. No, I'd say it's just I'm passionate about history in my game, so it's that keeps me coming back to it. If I wasn't enjoying it, I'm not going to keep on doing something if I don't enjoy it. And I have had other hobbies and things, and then I do them for a little while. And this is probably, I mean, even TTRPGs I don't do as much anymore, simply because there's no time. This is the one thing that the whole thing that I've stuck with, and I like it because you can keep adding to it. So the wargaming hobby sort of got added with the social side of things. Then you added YouTube, which is kind of a hobby in itself. There's the printing, which is a hobby in itself, and then there's the looking at minis, where so it's all just expanding the hobby. And I think it's great. I think there's so many different places that the hobby can go in the way it can be used. So that's why I enjoy it.
Cool. No, that's great. That's really cool. So for me, it's going to definitely be the aspect of spending time with people and realizing how much it actually is a nice break from just general day-to-day life. And it's like an escapism. And it is just relaxing. And it's interesting to read up about all the lore. It's interesting to read all the background stuff behind certain things, and it's like-minded people that have made these universes come to pass. And it's like you've got Rick Priestley, who's done his rule set for his 40k for the fantasy stuff. You've got people like Tolkien who make his worlds and stuff. And it's just diving into all that for me. It's the massive interest. And hopefully one day I'll be able to, share it with maybe an offspring. Offspring. Yeah, that's a good word. But so, even like my brother and stuff, he likes the aspect of playing, but he doesn't, he hasn't got the patience, I don't think, to do any painting.
Was this the brother who at your wedding told us all the really embarrassing stories about you when you were?
No, that's the older one. That's the older one. The younger one likes it. Yeah, the younger one. Yeah, he don't mind playing. It's like Hero Quest and stuff like that. We played a bit of Hero Quest. So
yeah, do you know what? My brother's the same. Actual tabletop wargaming, no interest, but he'll play Hero Quest. And he'll play Blood Bowl.
Yeah, weird, isn't it? I find that really strange.
And
I've got friends that'll only play RPGs and won't play.
It's weird. He also plays Magic the Gathering with his son as well.
We must be really big nerds. That's all I can say. So yeah, that's my side of things anyway. I was getting to 1:45. Shall we do said pictures? I think might be the best way to go now. Yeah, let's go. Right then, so I have taken said selections out from this week from the Facebook group. So sorry if you weren't in there, but I have taken stuff from across the whole week. So, Christopher, look at that.
Yes.
Sir, the hat comes off, sir. I like how his aide-de-camp is ginger. That just makes it even better. So yeah, no, look at that. Just the barding on it. It's just awesome, doesn't it? Braid.
I'm going to say it. Look at the buttons.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
the shading on the
never
button.
has a button comment been more justified than that one. Well said.
Even on the horse, the just on the reins just looks so good, doesn't it? It's very, very, very nice indeed. Well done, Craig. How many of them? How many of them are out there? There's thousands of them. Thousands. That's really nice, isn't it?
That's lovely.
Yeah, I like you got
really
the
good diorama.
you got the spear coming through the door there. It's just cool, isn't it? It's one of them you can just, it's like a painting. You can just look at it and just see the story behind it all the spent shell casings you've got. It's just so cool.
Beautiful job.
Yeah, lovely. Well done.
Lovely stuff.
So Dan, he's painted some gobos.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's done some
Blimey.
goblins. So this is for War Master, I believe. So 15 mil. He's got a giant there, and he's got some goblins. Really cool. I love
every time Dan posts these, I have to drop kick my wallet out the window to save my bank account, because I've had a look at the armies they do, and they're so nice. I think Dan's painting just absolutely nails them. Such a good looking army.
Yeah, well done, man. Then we've got Craig. He decided to
Lovely.
do the blue on them. It's nice, isn't it?
Didn't he say this was his first unit of Napoleon?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So,
I mean, apart from that, he's done the wrong side. I mean, it's an amazing job.
Nice, lovely horse commander on there. That's really nice. Yeah, very nice indeed. It makes you think about painting some more Old Guard, and then makes me think all of a sudden, no.
He thinks of that all the time, don't you, mate?
Yeah. No. Strangely, I don't.
Yeah. They're very nice, though. Really, really nice. And James, he's painted up. Yeah, I do as well. To be fair, they caught my eye. I like the from Dead Man's Hat. I really like the actual badges. I don't know why they just stand out just right. It's like the colour
he's nailed them completely. I still maintain they are some of the best plastics released in the last decade. Just a wonderful kit. It really is.
I like the hat on the right hand side. I can't tell if he's dotted on the paint. It looks like he's dotted on the hat, doesn't it? Not just a plain hat. He's put like brown specks on it to give it that sort of effect. It just looks really, really cool.
I mean, it used to be everything was cowboys and western themed things but I don't seem to see half as much anymore. It's really died off. I don't know whether people just stopped playing it, or it's just the novelty of the new.
We don't need that many models. You don't need that many models, do you? You only need like.
No, but even gameplay, we used to have loads of people playing it. Literally every other battle scene was somebody seemed to be playing it.
Comes in waves, doesn't it? Everything seems to come in waves. Yeah. So John's these are Ottomans, I believe.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, very nice metals again. These are just some selection of what he'd done. He painted up some epic as well this week, so some Elder 40k stuff. But I saw these Ottomans and I thought, yeah, we're going to show them off. So Justin, this was his Steve. This is his first ever turnip attempt.
I love this.
Here it is. I love it.
Just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant.
Justin. Thought you were better than that.
It's what the best thing. The best thing about it is the sheer amount of just
nothing can be wrong with it. Yeah, but nothing can be wrong with it.
The kits he's used. I mean, it's just they're just right. They just work. It's just
it's very cool.
And the paint schemes, it's just spot on. It's just everything about it is good.
It is also because it's a Highlander. He's got to paint it up like a thistle.
It's very good. Very, very good indeed. Well done, mate. John, he's done like an oak-marked dwarf.
Oh,
yeah, that's just it's ridiculous. It's so
that's not fair. That's just not fair.
I mean, John's painting is phenomenal, but that is awesome. I would say that's one of the best looking dwarves that I've ever seen.
I think I like about I think John's painting is some of the cleanest looking painting you'll see. It's just everything about it is just neat, and it all just pops.
You need to drink out your Stein, mate, for that, Martin. That deserves a Dwarf Stein beer. That does in one.
I do need my.
So, Matthew next. He's done his Bretonnian. This is like a trial model for his Bretonnian. So he's got a load he's assembled, but this was his first one. So it's only a bit different.
Oh no, it's his old army. It's his old Bretonnian. I think he said from the 90s.
Is that metal then?
Yeah, he stripped the entire lot.
Oh, okay. That's one of the metals, because I was expecting, when he said Bretonnians, I was expecting the plastics.
No, I know he put a few pictures on Twitter. Yeah, he ripped them off the bases, stripped them, and they look really good. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this this progress, because I did have a thing for Bretonians, and there's just something unique about them, even though they're not massively unique. I just always like seeing Bretonians.
Yeah. No. I didn't realise that. No, that's cool to know. I'll definitely keep an eye on that. Miller. That bloody game you guys are going to be playing.
It's for Rangers.
Rangers Shadow Deep, isn't it? Yeah.
Rangers Shadow Deep. Yes, this is his ranger called Andrew.
Andrew.
It's a long story, and it's not one that I can actually share, I don't think, without getting Ken's channel shut down.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's his ranger.
Nice.
He'll be fighting alongside mine and Robin's, and hopefully Matt's on Friday. Which will be awesome. Although I'm not quite sure how, judging by sort of how the way these things normally go, I'm probably gonna have to bleep most of the video.
Brilliant. So Kevin, some Gringo 40s.
Oh
yes.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, I love the green. Really, really vibrant. Really, really nice indeed.
They're nice.
Yeah, no, that is nice. Very nice. Very nice. Keep up the good work, dude. And then I think it's John Lee, because he's put it on Facebook, or it's Lee John, one or the other. And these is all the terrain from the Warcry set.
So you get a lot in there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is stunning.
There's a lot in there, isn't it? So yeah, he's painted all that up ready for some games. Yeah, there is a shitload in there, really, isn't there? The price, that is a lot of kit. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Nathan, he's painted up a couple of night armatures for 40k.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice. Nice bone colour effect on those. A nice bit of basing as well. Happy days, mate. Patrick.
Yay.
Oh,
Stug Life, 15 mil.
Oh, definitely Stug Life.
Obviously not completed yet, though.
No, no, not based. I like what he's done with that one with the skirt on the end on the left. He's ripped that panel off.
Yes. I always do that to mine. Whenever I've got any 15 mil Stugs, I go at it with clippers. And just clip off the odd panel. It just makes them look a bit more lived in, a bit more unique.
Yeah.
But the weathering on that is cracking. That for 15 mil,
nice,
just really, really
amazing
good.
job of weathering those, isn't he?
Very nice paint job. Right. Next up, Neil. Got some more Napoleonics. Nice bit of variety this week.
Ooh,
yeah,
lovely.
very nice. Very nice. This was his first figure, because he's had no hobby mojo for a while. So this was his
Nice
so he's gone back to do something that he enjoys. So he went back to Napoleonics, and that's a really good bit of advice. If you haven't got any mojo, go back to what you enjoy. Do what your brain's telling you. Whatever it's saying, I really want to do this. Do it. Just do it. Go out and do it. Yep. And then Paul. Oh, look at that, son of a bitch.
That's one of the McFarlane.
Yeah.
McFarlane toys.
I know. It's his own paint job on it,
isn't it?
Yeah. And the skull is freehand.
Yeah, I hate him. Look how good that is. That's just wrong, isn't it? And then you got the little gobbo. I love it. That's so good. So good. And that's the thing, though, isn't it? He's taken one of the toys, he's painted it up himself, and that's now a unique figure, isn't it, for him? He's the only one who's got that in the world, which is really cool.
Oh yeah. I think they come primed, basically. You do what you want with them.
Yeah. So we've got some modern stuff from Phil. So he's always working on his modern.
Nice.
Yeah. It says British Forces there. That's proper modern as well. That's like very recent, very cool.
Yep.
What I can't get the camouflage down for these, because I've got 4 of these guys. I'm gonna have to try and work out how to do it properly, because he seems to have really got it nailed down. So I'm gonna have to try and get some tips on how to do this camouflage. Because that's the only thing that's putting me off doing them at the minute.
Probably good.
Yeah, Roy. I thought this was really nice. I liked the blending of the cape into the I just thought it was really, really good. And you got the dark shadows, and then it goes to the light. Just something popped out for me for that. I just thought, happy days. That's a very, very, very nice So Stephen, he's done some more some turnip stuff. So yeah,
Turnip Pirates.
yeah, he's
That is
turnip pirates.
just so good.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me a little bit, especially the guy at the front, like from Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, where they like was it off Davy Jones's ship? They've all got tentacles and stuff like that. I thought it was really cool. Really smart.
I just think what I love about it is that everybody who does Turn 28 has got their own unique army.
Take on it, yeah.
Yeah, it's the best thing about it is you're never going to come up against someone who's got the same regiment as you. It's like when I went up again when I played David at CrackCon, his turnip stuff was fantastic, really good, and it was completely different to mine. It's just such a it's just unlimited
unique,
creativity.
Isn't it?
Yes.
I'd like to see like 100 different people's turnip armies in one like place, or like in a hall or something like that, and just go around them all and just see the variety.
Don wouldn't.
I think it'd be really cool.
Dom's gone very quiet.
He has gone extremely quiet. So Roy, he's painted up this figure. I thought it's a metal. I can't remember where he said it was from now. It's gonna really annoy me. It might be, but I can't. Don't quote me on that. But he's painted up, and I think he's done a really nice job on it. Nice detail on the mini as well. To be fair, there's a nice metal figure for you, Dom. No turnip in there. And then you got Steve. Yeah, and then you got Stephen. He's his own version of a Stormcast on like what Segway is it? That's just what is that? He's sat on.
I don't know.
Isn't it like just a saddle that's going to go on the back of a big monster?
I don't know.
I think he's just painted that bit and he's going to mount it on its mount.
If not, that's very cool for your own individuality. But yeah, no, that's I love the purple. They're really vibrant, isn't it?
I need to do more purple.
I love the metallic. The metallics are absolutely amazing. That gold is spot on.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Really nice shadowing on it as well. And Tim, he's got some work in progress. There you go, Tim. I shared it for you.
Yeah, there you go. It's for his CrackCon game.
Yes, yes. Very nice, Tim. Keep up the good work. Steve, more Rangers of Shadow Deep.
Yes, I used a Frostgrave kit for that. That's what I just like. I guess it's a little bit like the turnip thing. You can just kind of do what you want.
Mini nostalgic,
yeah. You know, you can just sort of do what you want, and you just, as long as you've got the main thing to build up is the bad guys. Really, that's all you need. But there's nothing to stop you swapping in. Like you could, instead of got like spiders, you could just use orc models and just use the stats of spiders if you didn't have any.
Yeah,
might not make much sense why the orcs are spinning webs, but
you never know. It never depends where they're coming out from. Then you got Stephen. He's decided to do some Ultramarines. These are intercessors.
Like I said to you before, there's definitely a nod to second edition going on there with that.
Yeah, that blue and yellow. Yeah,
blue and yellow. Yeah, very second hand.
Very, very much so. Warren, I thought this was a beautiful figure.
Oh,
really,
God!
Really, awesome. Really lovely. Yeah, really lovely.
That.
Really lovely. Love the base
of it as well.
Yes, spot on. Well done, Warren. And then finally, we've got Took, and he's done some British Napoleonics.
Wow! Yes, look at
happy days. Get his cavalry regiment going. So yeah, very nice, man. Very nice indeed.
That's a proper cavalry regiment, that one, isn't it? Good size of that.
Massive. Nice. Not a lot of charging going on there. So yeah. So that's it for this week. We're in overtime right now. Who is it next week?
It is me. It's me.
Yes, and I believe you've got surveys going on.
Yes, it's the Great Plastic Crack survey, which I will post up in the Facebook group tomorrow. So just go along, answer the questions as honestly as you like. Maybe not as honestly as you like, actually. Answer the questions, and then next week we're going to drink and go through the answers, basically, and we shall see. It'll be interesting to see how things have shifted in the last year, because that was the main takeaway from the last one, wasn't it? Was how stuff had moved on, because the first one, I think, World War II was definitely the sort of the biggest
one, wasn't it?
And then for the last couple, I think it's been Napoleonic. So it would be interesting to see if that has shifted at all.
And where it shifted to would be the question. That's
exactly. But I will get that, and that will be published in the Facebook group tomorrow. And yeah, just come along, answer the questions, and we'll see what happens.
Wicked. Well, it's been a great evening. Thanks everyone again. Thanks everyone watching on the replay again. And have a lovely time, and we'll see you next Monday. Oh, and we're sponsored by Boards and Swords Wargaming. Be sure to head over there to get your 5% off using the code PCP5. And on top of all their already great discounts. So yes, we will see you next week. Take care.
Bye bye.
See you, everybody.